Stock of the day is Caterpillar. Is the CAT stock price about to dump, or will it keep on trucking? Now, Caterpillar's share price has been an absolute machine for investors over the past 3 decades, but is the stock going to take a hit, or will it increase over the next 5 years? Now, Caterpillar is synonymous with construction and transport. Whenever Caterpillar's trucks are mentioned, it immediately conjures up the image of yellow-covered mining trucks supported by man-sized tyres. This is the power of the good and dominant business that it is. Is Caterpillar then a good long-term stock to own? To answer this, let's have a quick look at CAT's multi-decade monthly chart. What do you see? A definite long-term bull trend, punctuated by cyclical downturns. In other words, this is a fairly good long-term stock to hold in one's portfolio. From the $25 low in 2008, the stock recently approached $300. That's a 10 to 12 times rise in just over 1.5 decades. You may, however, wonder about those fairly steep corrections. During 2008, for example, Caterpillar's stock collapsed from $75 to $25. That's a drop of 66%. So, should these setbacks concern you as a long-term investor? These drawdowns are in fact part and parcel of Caterpillar's operations. Deep cylindrical in the mining and construction business is the norm. By extension, the company manufactures and delivers heavy-duty machinery and engages in the financing of this expensive equipment via Cat Financials. When the mining industry contracts, which happens now and then due to a slowdown in the global commodity demand, this will inevitably slow Caterpillar's business, and the Cat share price will correct accordingly. Taking a secular view of Caterpillar's business, these steep downswings should be viewed positively, since it allows you to buy Caterpillar's shares cheaper. Over time, the world will still construct new buildings, factories and infrastructure. In 1992, Caterpillar's revenue totaled $11.4 billion. 3 decades later, this figure rose to $59 billion. Free cash flow per year is expected to hit $4 to $8 billion. Given its strong financials, the Texas-based company completed a $4.2 billion share repurchase program in 2022. Caterpillar's products' strength, niche and diversity succinctly capture global growth. For patient investors, there's a further advantage in buying Caterpillar shares in the form of dividends. Did you know that Caterpillar is one of the dividend aristocrats in the S&P 500? The $147 billion machinery business has been upping its annual dividend for at least 25 years. This is a great achievement, a track record that few companies have. You can purchase the S&P Dividend Aristocrat ETF via the First Trust Dividend Aristocrat Target Income ETF, where CAT has a weighting of 1.6%, while Caterpillar's yield is currently on the lower side, 1.7%. Wait for a drawdown before increasing any positions. Now, where will the Caterpillar share price be in 5 years? This is hard to call, basis the randomness of financial markets. Caterpillar stock has been on a bull trend since 2020. And if the past is a prologue, a correction may happen in the next few years. Be ready to dip back in if this happens. Caterpillar does not have majority shareholders. According to some statistics, the largest shareholder of Caterpillar is the Vanguard Group, owning about 9% of the entire stock. Next on the list is the SSGA fund, around about 7.5%, and Capital Research own just under 6%. As a matter of fact, the top 10 owners of Caterpillar are mostly institutional funds, and this may help to stabilise its shareholder base. You can also see the breakdown of insiders, people who work at CAT, versus institutions, and how much has been bought or sold over the last 3 months. So, for our most up-to-date analysis on CAT, if you want to see our ratings, just go to Good Money Guide, search Caterpillar.